So you're thinking of moving to Las Vegas? Summerlin? What about the trails? In this video, we're going to cover the village of the Trails here in our tour of the villages of Summerlin, and we're going to get after it right now. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about moving to Summerlin or Las Vegas, living in Summerlin or Las Vegas, and everything about the Las Vegas real estate market, go ahead and hit subscribe, tap that bell for notifications, and you'll be the first in the know for everything that's happening here in the Las Vegas and Summerlin area. Hi, my name is Anthony, and every day my team and I get calls, texts, and emails from people just like you looking to make their move to Las Vegas in the next 9 to 90 days. If you're looking to make your move, go ahead and drop me a text, send me an email, or go ahead and book that Zoom below. The info's in the description or in the comments, and I will be more than happy to make your move as smooth as possible. So as I said, today we are continuing our tour of the villages in Summerlin, and we are at the Trails. The Trails was one of the original villages in Summerlin, and today we're actually at the Trails Community Center and Park. Fantastic place. They also have a pool, a community pool here as well for the residents. So if you don't have a pool, you've got a pool right here in your neighborhood, right in the village. Summerlin in general has over 200 miles of trails, and the Trails is no different. In fact, if you look right down here, you'll see how the trails continue, and they work their way through the entire system here of Summerlin. They even go underneath the road. There's the car, there's the trail. Trails are super important here, and why the moniker of the Trails Village is fantastic. The Trails, also being one of the original villages, has a lot of retail, office, and other amenities that you would need in order to live. Because it was one of the first villages here, they had to build that infrastructure. So you'll find a lot of that here. In fact, there's a 24-hour fitness, there's a post office, there's all of those things that you would need for your daily living right here, very close to your village here in the Trails. So we are going to jump in the car. We're going to go look at 3 different homes here in the Trails. We'll show you what you can get and how it fits within your budget, and see if that works in your frame. All right, let's quit talking about it. Let's get in the car and go take a look at those properties. So we are coming up to our first home here in the Trails, and this is a fantastic little beauty here. This is, you know, the Trails is great. Again, you have that 90s era construction and the 90s era lots and yards. So you get a lot of that maturity, a lot of that, I call it the California-y vibe here. You get a lot more of these big trees, lots of greenery, full everything. And the house that we're coming up to right now has all of that as well. In fact, here we are now at the house that we're talking about. This house is offered at $600,000. It's 2,276 square feet, so a nice size home, 3-bed, 3-bath. It was built in 1999. It comes out to $263 a square foot. It's a fantastic, like I said, area up in the northwest part of Summerlin. So this, again, is when Summerlin was first being developed. This is one of the first villages that was developed here in the Summerlin area. And the homes, it doesn't matter that they were built in 1999 or the early 90s or the early 2000s. They all are still immaculate, and this one is no exception. And at $600,000 for a 3-bed, 3-bath, 276 square foot house, it would be a fantastic option. Again, we are here on a cul-de-sac, so if you're looking for a nice safe area for your kids to play and come outside and actually spend times outdoors, this is a great opportunity for that. If you're in a residential area, and especially if you're on like a cul-de-sac like this, there is nobody coming through your neighborhood that isn't coming to visit, to live, to be there. They're not just traveling through your neighborhood to get to somewhere else. And that is one of the huge benefits of Summerlin and this whole master plan community feel. I think it's a great house, but let's get in the car. We'll roll around this neighborhood, show you some of the other options and what this neighborhood looks and feels like. And you'll see that it has that California-y vibe, and it's a great place to move. Look, I do a lot of relocation from people who are coming from California, for both Northern and SoCal. I get a lot of people come from Washington, a lot of people come from New York, a lot of people coming from Illinois. And sometimes, depending on where you move, it feels like you're moving to Las Vegas in a desert environment. And sometimes you move to a place like this in Summerlin, and it's hard to detect, am I in Las Vegas or am I still in, a California-y type area? So let's get in the car, we'll roll around the neighborhood, we'll take a look at some of the homes here, and then we'll move on to our next one. So here we go. Okay, we are coming up to our second home here in the Trails. And again, this is very reminiscent of the Trails, 90s construction. This one was built in 1995. It's a little bit bigger than the last house. It's, in fact, we're coming up to it right now. Here it is. You can see it has 2,491 square feet. So a big home, 4-bed, 3-bath. It comes out to $279 a square foot. But one of the things that I really like, now they have a lot of desert landscaping here in the front, yet you still have the mature trees and the really nicely done desert landscaping. But in the back of this home, there is a huge grass backyard, all real grass. It's a fantastic home that you can go out and play in, your dogs can play in. There's probably room to do some modifications if you want to make it more of your style. It's got that 90s big yard feel to it, which you don't find in the newer construction. So if you want that big yard feel and you don't want to overpay exorbitantly, a home like this is a fantastic option for you. Again, because you're in Summerlin, everything's going to look well kept. I mean, just look up and down the street, and we're going to jump in the car here in just a second. Everything is still, you don't get that blue house. You don't get that house that look like it needs work. That just doesn't happen in the Summerlin area because of the master plan. And this is one of the reasons why a home, even from the 90s, continues to look great and continues to hold its value over time and continues to appreciate. You can find great homes in a lot of places, but location and, I know a lot of people rail against HOAs, but that's because there are some difficult parts with HOAs, but with HOAs, you also get that fact. If you have a good HOA, and Summerlin is one of the best HOAs, they're tough, but they do that in order to keep the property values up, in order to keep a home that is 30 years old almost looking like it's brand new still, and you can go ahead and resell it when you're ready. You have a great looking home, a great looking neighborhood, and you're going to get great market prices on it and get that appreciation over time. Just another fantastic option here. Now we're going to jump, like I said, in the car. We're going to roll around this neighborhood, just show you what the neighborhood looks like, and then we'll go on to our third home here in the Trails. All right, let's get in the car and move on to it. so we are coming up to our final home here in the trails. Now this one is in a gated community, and it's a little bit bigger. It's actually quite a bit bigger than the other homes we've looked at. And this is at 3,114 square feet, being offered at $899,000. So here's the home behind me. Now this entire development that we're in right now is a Toll Brothers development. So Toll Brothers is one of the preeminent builders here in the Las Vegas area. They're a national company, but they are known for building very high quality finishings throughout the home. And this home is no different. So it is 4-bed, 3-bath, comes out to only $289 a square foot. So still a very reasonable price. It was built in 1998. It also has a pool. It just has everything that you're looking for and literally ready to step in. If you are coming from a high per square foot place like a California and you want that big feel, you want that California vibe of the neighborhood, you want a gated community, you want a pool, you want all of those things, something like this would be fantastic for you. And instead of paying $580 to $650, $750 a square foot, you get it for $289 a square foot. That's why I say, yes, it's $899,000, but what you get per square foot beats by far all of that you'd get in somewhere like a California or a Seattle or any of the other high per square foot price areas. It's just a fantastic opportunity to get the home of your dreams for a great price, a price that you would pay for something maybe not as nice. And if you watch some of my videos about Las Vegas and the economic opportunities coming here, this is not just a tourism town anymore. Las Vegas is on its way to becoming the next tech hub. If you work remotely, if you have a tech company, if you want to build your tech company, you don't want state income taxes, and you want to still buy a beautiful home like this, it's available. Come and make this type of area your next location where you build from, and you will see your opportunities and your bottom line here grow exponentially. Yes, it's $899, but fantastic per square foot price. Toll Brothers construction, this neighborhood, which we're going to go drive around in just a second, it's just a great opportunity. So that's all I've got for you for today's video. We are going to take that drive around this neighborhood so you see what a Toll Brothers neighborhood looks like, and we will go ahead and show you just how lovely this area is. Again, 1990s era, you get those bigger lot sizes, and you will see that in this area as well. No exception there. If I don't see you in the neighborhood, I will see you on the next video. And if you are looking to make your move here, go ahead and get in contact with me. Information's in the description or the comments below. All right, see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Let's go take a ride around.